Hey everybody, and welcome back to Empty Pockets Ironworks. Thank you for joining me. For this project, I think we're going to end up kind of backtracking a little bit. I've made sunflowers in the past with you guys, mainly with like the My Sunshine that had the sunflower coming out of the top of the skull. But not only has the process changed since then, the design has changed a little bit, and to me they look more, more organic and a little bit more appealing. So as with anything, if you continue on in your craft, you get better at it, or at least I feel I'm better at it, and I wanted to share that with you guys. Also, this is a project that you don't necessarily have to utilize a forge. I will use a forge throughout a portion of it, but for those of you that have, no access to a forge, you might have a plasma cutter, a Beverly Shear, excuse me, an angle grinder, that sort of thing. This is definitely a project that you can do. Now for the center of the sunflower, we're going to utilize a pipe cap. This is used to cap the tops of pipe fences and that sort of thing. You can pick these up at hardware stores, Tractor Supply type stores. Usually your weld shop will carry some of these. If they do not, though, you can order these online. They run about $2.50 a piece, depending on the size that you get and your location. I also utilize a template that I've created, and that also corresponds with the leaves that we make for the sunflowers themselves. So these are a fun little project. It's actually one of our best sellers. They are just a blast to make, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Follow along. Keep the comments coming. I really appreciate you guys, and let's get started. Now then, before we get started with the grinding, I have to point this out. This was suggested to me in a previous video. Unfortunately, I can't recall who actually made the suggestion. I'll have to go back through and review and give that person a shout out, because this was the greatest idea ever. They basically told me to screw a large subwoofer speaker magnet, or fix a magnet, to the table to use as a grinding surface. Just so happened my dad actually had a large subwoofer laying around that had a magnet on it. We had to modify the back of it because it had a dome, but it is insanely strong. and makes a absolutely wonderful grinding surface. So definitely saves time, allows me to utilize both hands while I'm grinding, so it's a little bit safer. It's not going to fly off there, and it's a really valuable tool in the shop, and it was free. Hopefully you guys can hear me over the fan okay. Here's our finished leaves. I don't do these in the forge typically because I like to retain the color difference from the grind edge to the mill scale. Now, you may have noticed that these kind of split while you're using the valley tool and the chisel. That's okay because the stem and the branch is actually going to get welded to the bottom side of that, or the branch I should say. Now, I said at the beginning of this video that you could do this project without utilizing a forge, and I stick to that. However, to make my life easier, and the fact that I'd like to get this video edited today, I am going to well, sorry for the interruption, and now we are in the dark because my entire neighborhood just lost power. That poses a problem to an extent. For one, I can't utilize my MIG welder, so hopefully it comes back up and I'm able to get this video finished today. However, I can still forge, or at least the forge will still work without power. And so I may try going that route and going ahead and starting to forge. However, it is awfully dark in here and I'm not sure that the camera is going to work appropriately for the work. So, either way, yeah. Kind of an interesting little spot to the video, I guess.